Greetings to you. Where is it? I just lost my page here. Greetings to you. There is continued call for the leader of the opposition in Guyana to resign. Not to go on vacation, not to take time off, not to get a doctor's report that he's unfit to serve for the next foreseeable future. No. There is massive calls for the leader of the opposition, Azruddin Mohammed, to resign from the office of the opposition leader. I want to pay close attention to the so-called apology post that he posted on Facebook. I took my time, I read it, I analyzed it, and today I'm going to focus on that. I made a few points that I'll have to reference so you understand what you are dealing with in the person Azruddin Mohammed, in case you missed it. Welcome to Uncensored Guyana. I am Dr. L. Prasad. Share this live. I want to hear from you in the comment section. I also want to get the thumbs up, because when you give a thumbs up, when you like the video, when you like the program, then it tells the algorithm that it needs to make sure that the program continues. In other words, trend. Because we want the message to go out. We want the rest of the world to understand that there are still people who stands for what's right, and Guyana is represented by people who make sense. I'm one of the representatives of Guyana, and I want you to help to let the algorithm, let the rest of the world know that we're all not criminals. So we're going to get into that immediately, right away, actually. Just that I focus on. You'll get into that. Okay. Yesterday, I talked about the daring leaked video about Azruddin in the masjid, a place of worship, a holy place. And the stink stuff that came out of his mouth towards his constituent. You see, he thought that everybody in the masjid were like him. He thought that he was at a safe place where he could just be himself. And everybody in that circle, their Shiite Muslim mentality. But he forgot that he was in a masjid in a country where everybody respects the other person. This is not a masjid that he was in Iraq or Iran or Syria. No, it's Guyana. So in Guyana, Ajudi Muhammad, you might very well be the only Shia Muslim there, extremist, terrorist. So you were wrong on this one. You gambled on the wrong set of Muslim brothers that you thought you could talk bullshit about other people, and what is said in the mosque stays in the mosque. No, it's a public place. It ain't the one you have on your high story building. It in your mosque where you hide all the stuff and you're sending the people to go and check. They should have gone. They should have gone to that mosque. Soku, you should have gone. I can't get it over, man. I can't get it over. You should have gone to the mosque he was sending you to go look. You would have found the drugs, the money, and all the stuff he's hiding. Because look at what happened now. What you're looking for, thanks to the person who filmed it, the secret is out. He's exposed. And after, just like his father, his racist, dramatic or theatrical father, just like his father, his first reaction to that video and the audio is, oh, it's AI. It's edited and pasted together. First reaction. Claiming it's not real, it's fake. I didn't say that. And when it was analyzed and realized that, no, you said it. You did. This isn't the first time. He came out and got his lawyers, forgetting that his lawyers are not religious people. They're not Muslims. They're money hongs. And his lawyers, just like most lawyers, would do anything for money. Even if it involves writing a fake apology and posting it on Facebook. Yes, the apology that you read there on the Muhammad's page, it may look like a 10-year-old wrote it because they want you to think that because we know. I wanted to say something, but it was going to make me laugh, so I have to laugh first. I don't want it to sound, so Muhammad's Ajudi wanted you to think or believe the statement of the fake apology that was written by him. So when you read it, you would think, hey, no adult can write this. This sounds like a little child who trying to put words together. So you wouldn't suspect that it's the lawyers who wrote it. Those lawyers are good. They're good. Anyway, we're going to go into the statement. If you haven't read it, I'm going to read it for you. Here it goes. During my visit to a masjid to break fast during the holy month of Ramadan, I spoke from a religious perspective. Imagine he, the criminal, about values that are important within Islam. Are you fucking kidding me? Values? You, Ajudin, you are the bitch that usually go and hang around those Brazilian prostitutes. What values are you talking about? You are currently before the courts facing extradition indicted for crimes against humanity. What values you're talking about? Okay. Oh, fine. I'll continue. My remarks. Oh, he admits it. My remarks reflected my personal religious belief. Do you do that? Are you that stupid? Are you that stupid to stand in a public masjid to give your personal feelings on issues of national matter? That's why your uncle said, you're stupid. What kind of politician are you? Your uncle warned us. He warned us. Okay. My remarks reflected my personal religious belief. As Muslims, we are all welcome to visit the masjid. Oh, and you, okay, fine. where we partake in all activities in the outskirts of the musalla. But it should be known that the space of prayers is sacred. Thanks for telling us. We have seen ministers, Kwame McCoy and Susan Rodriguez, being welcomed in a masjid. I never saw that. What we? And why you have to, fine, I'll continue, I'll read it. Okay. Okay. Susan, welcome in a masjid, performing prayers when they're openly in same-sex relationships. This goes against every fabric of Islam. Coupled with the fact that they are not Muslims and they have breached a sacred space in the masjid, the place of performing prayers. When I spoke, I was referencing the Sunnah and expressing a perspective grounded in faith. Suffice to say, I did not intend to target, insult, or demean anyone in the LGBTQIA community with my comments. I respect the dignity of and rights of every citizen of Guyana. To this end, I met and interacted with many members of the LGBTQ community. I financially supported them. I have financially supported them, from housing issues to starting a business to being actively a part of WIN movement. They were invited to my office. We've had many fruitful discussions. Guyana is a diverse society, and people hold different beliefs, religious, cultural, and personal. As a leader of the opposition, I maintain that we should treat everyone with respect and fairness, regardless of differences and values of viewpoints. For the billions that you say you have, for the billions that you say you have, the fact that they had something. Who said that? Charan Das said that he went to the university with Azudin. Was Charan Das, right? Who said that he met Azudin at UG, University of Guyana? So let's assume that Azudin, the opposition leader, who is apparently apologizing for his remarks about the LGBTQ community, and he didn't say anything about Israel and America. I hear no apology for that, but let's assume that he got his degree. Even if he paid at the end that he didn't do his thesis, or he didn't do, even if all that, he would have spent a few years sitting in lectures and doing some work. So he had to at least achieve a certain amount of tertiary learning. This is the best he could produce. You learned in lawyers. My analysis, before I break it down in part, that this so-called post was not written by Azudin Mohammed. He was there while it was being drafted, but he didn't write it. There are too many legal expressions in this letter. Too many terms that would be used in the court of law by lawyers. Too many. In no way he could be that skilled to know legal terms, to include it and where to include it in an apology letter like this. So before I go further, let me take this opportunity, because I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to lambaste, I don't want to debase and break down and expose Azudin Mohammed, while I myself am guilty of making certain remarks against the gay community. So I am going to take this opportunity on this live broadcast, with the possibility that people from around the world, whatever numbers, will tune into. And I'll say this: I I'll use my government name as we call it, Kenny Sherwin Warner, aka Dr. L. Prasad, do firmly, with all my mental capacity, in my right frame of mind, extend my heartfelt apology to the LGBTQR community for remarks that I may have made over the years that may suggest that I might be a bigot or anti whatever it is. I apologize. I am sorry for my remarks. I ask for you to forgive me and give me another chance to bridge the gap, to unite peoples, and not to discriminate by sexual orientation. I am formally apologizing to the global LBTG community. And I mean that. I am sorry. Moving on. Guyanese in Guyana, in the diaspora, and all the people who follow the Win Party online, who follow Team Mohammed online, if your sexual orientation is that of a homosexual or a lesbian or whatever label you give yourself, you should delete yourself from the Win page. Unfollow Azradine. Whether you have a taste for gossip or you like excitement, you like things that provoke you, even if you hate President Ali or the PPP, even if you have all those sentiments, have some self-pride. Have some self-pride. If you are gay and proud, if you are lesbian and proud, you know they say black and proud, but yet they're bleaching their skin. If you are from the LGBTQIA community and you are convinced that that's who you are, you enjoy the body that you're in, you're happy, you're comfortable with the choices you made biologically in terms of how you choose to identify yourself, you should delete and unfriend, unfollow, and unsubscribe to Azradine's pages. If you have endorsed the Win Party, you should step aside. Leave it. If you have any self-pride. When you talk about Pride Month, and you allocate that to recognize the people who may have suffered, bullied, even killed for their sexual orientation, if you value the lives of the people who would have suffered by being gay or being led, if you value their lives, if you knew somebody who continued to be pressured, continued to be harassed, continued to be discriminated against because of their sexual identity, you should denounce, leave, and step out of the Win camp. And you should do that now. Don't think about it. Do it now. If you don't, and you keep saying, oh, everybody makes a mistake, maybe he was this or maybe he was that, then you have no self-worth. You are a self-hateful person. This isn't a boy who was drunk. This isn't a man who was under the influence of any drug. He was under the influence. And the influence he was under is the influence of fear, the influence of being nervous, the influence of being stupid. That influence he was under. Fear that he's going to leave the country. nervous about he doesn't know what will happen in prison, and stupid because he couldn't think of anything else and understand that a masjid is a public place. And certain sentiments you don't express, you keep it to yourself. You want to discriminate against black people? Then do what you always do all your life. Your father was dumb enough to find himself being recorded cussing on black people. You should have kept that sentiment to yourself. We already suspect, since you've been condemning the issue, a matter of fact, since you condemned Ajudin, since you condemned and protested the American embassy during the beginning of the Gaza conflict with Israel, you protested. Since then, we know you're a Shia Muslim. But as an opposition leader that would have secured votes, thousands of votes from the LGBTQ community, that made it possible for your ass to go and hide in the parliament, kicked out the PNC. You're gonna in a place of worship, where you invoke divine presence, you're gonna make those remarks to say gays and lesbians coming to the masjid. You're now inciting and telling the people that you were talking to that they must act against it by doing what? Doing what? When somebody comes into the masjid who's suspected of being from the gay community, what, beat them up, kick them out, close the doors, embarrass them? Is that what you were trying to achieve by discussing that in a masjid amongst young people? Or did it not sink into you that you were opposition leader, which is not a religious position, it's a political position? And when it comes to being an opposition leader, nobody gives a fuck about your religious beliefs. Nobody cares. They don't want to know anything about that. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Because you went to Christian churches in Berbice. You went to pro-black racist churches. And you had pro-black racist pastors and priests put their hands on you, a Muslim, who you're saying believe in Islam. You are a practicing Muslim. Yet you bowed to the Christian deity in a Christian church and had Christian pastors put their hand on your head. And you're going to tell a masjid to turn away people because of their sexual orientation? You were accepted with all your crimes, with all your convictions in Christian churches. They didn't turn you away. They didn't turn you away. They prayed for you. They're praying for you to be forgiven so you wouldn't go face jail time. All of that. And you, the best you can do is in the month of Ramadan, when it talks about peace, uniting, living together, you can spew out division, bigotry, racism in a masjid in Guyana as opposition leader. You are by far, Ashwini, the dumbest fuck I've ever come across. Unfortunately, you have some money. Unfortunately. Because if you didn't have money with that brain that you have, if you had no money with that brain that you have, I don't know what you will be doing for a living. I don't know. You couldn't work for the government. Definitely not in the private sector. The only thing you could have done is crime. At the ghetto level, you probably would have been in jail or dead with that level of mentality. I made a few pointers. So members of the gay community, please understand, denounce win. Okay? Now, let me also say this. Whatever issues Azrin Mohammed has with Kwame McCoy and Susan Rodriguez, every conflict that he faces, he seemed to integrate these two individuals in his talking point. And the most you can get, anybody in their right sense, the conclusion you can draw here, first of all, I think is an insult. For him to isolate these two individuals, because there are many people in the political world in Guyana, many, who are in same-sex relationship, many. And they would have visited many masjids. Politicians visit churches, masjid, temples. That's what politicians do. They're invited, they visit. But do they go to these places as couples with their partners? No. They go in the capacity as politicians. Azrin Mohammed. Kwame McCoy would have gone to visit a masjid, maybe Ramadan, maybe there's some holiday, maybe there's some feast. And he went to represent his party or represent his position as a politician. So would have Susan Rodriguez. So would have many others. Why bring those people's private life into your so-called apology, referencing these two individuals, when the public knows that you have a personal axe to grind with these two individuals? Why include them? There are many other people you could reference. Also, what does your financial support to the so-called LBTG community has to do with your remarks? If you are so impartial and unbiased, those sentiments would never reside in your head to come to the point of having to express them and then having to come and produce a fake apology that you're sorry. Yeah, it's a fake apology, folks. It's not an apology. It's damage control written by his lawyers. Because in all the stuff you read, no sentence says I'm sorry. I ask for your forgiveness. I was out of place. I shouldn't have said that. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I apologize. Nothing in what he said had anything to do with apology. Damage control. Political. While at the same time, doubling down on his remarks. He's not sorry about it. He's sorry he got caught. He's not apologizing for what he says, because in the so-called statement he made, he's saying his religious beliefs. So the fact that he's implying and doubling down to say, hey, my religious belief is that you should not have people like Kwame McCoy and Susan Rodriguez in the masjid. His beliefs. However, since he got caught pushing this nasty stuff in the public, he's saying, well, I shouldn't have gotten caught. But however, look, I have a black friend. How could I be racist? I have some black staff. How could I be racist? Oh, I give money to the LBT community. How could I be anti-LBT? Kwame McCoy and Susan Rodriguez come to the mosque. So I can't be saying that which mosque? Azrin, the one in your house? Do you have any evidence that Susan and Kwame went to your mosque in your house that you own? Then produce the evidence that they went there normally, no holiday, no special session, that on Friday you decided that you were so kind to invite Kwame McCoy and his partner, as you say, Susan Rodriguez and her partner, as you claim. So it's 4 people from the gay community that you invited to your masjid, just a normal Friday, to have Friday prayers. Produce that evidence. Produce it. You can't, right? You are just repeating what everybody knows. You saw the other day a video with, or not video, a picture with Kwame McCoy at a Hindu temple, being blessed at a Hindu temple. Imagine the pandit who did that said the stuff that you said. And then he says, how can I be anti LBTG? And Kwame McCoy was here and I blessed him. Folks, I bring to your attention the man that you have to deal with, the man that is continuing to put Guyana in harm's way. In harm's way. If the politicians and the powers that be are not taking this serious, you, the people, we, the people of Guyana, we need to take this serious. Look at Iran right now. Look at what the Ayatollah and his cronies did to that country. Women couldn't work. Women couldn't go to school. They have to stay home, or if they have to come on the road, they have to be there with a man. And not just a man, their father or their husband. Syria, the same, Pakistan, the same thing. Shia, the Shia Muslim mentality. They treat women as properties. People from the LBTG community are killed. They can't even think about entertaining, even the fact of entertaining a thought that they might have some tendency to go that side. Even the thought could get them killed. And you have an opposition leader in Guyana who is the worst in the history of Guyana, who should very well be behind lockups. You saw the guy went, right? The Bino guy, he's out the country. The man that was, the request was made in November 2025 to have him extradited. He's out. He's in federal prison. The Mohammed's indictment was October. Almost 5 months on, not 5 months, October, November, December, January, February, March. 6 months since this whole thing with the Mohammeds. And they're still around to further endanger Guyana. And all the other people who were asked to be extradited, they're out the country. Guyana still have to deal with these people, the Azradines. And now look, further pushing nastiness in the society. We condemn Israel, we condemn America. But people from the LGBTQ community, they're not killed in Israel. And Israel is a religious country, they're the conservatives of the world. But yet, LGBTQ people are free to have their life in Israel. They're free, nobody stoned them, nobody murders them, nobody imprisoned them. But just next door to Israel, just next door, Palestine, Gaza, the same people who would live free in Israel, a religious country, if they cross the border over to the Muslim section, they're killed, bombed, murdered, hanged for being a homosexual or a lesbian. And you have a Muslim opposition leader in Guyana who is pushing violence against the gay community, who is pushing anti-rhetoric against America, against Israel, against Guyana's sovereignty, and he's allowed to walk free. He's allowed to go sit in the parliament. And this is okay. You accept a fake apology from his lawyers. What's the matter with you Guyanese? What happened to the people who are calling for this man to be extradited? Not just extradited, to be removed from the parliament since the Suku raid, since the raid of Suku. When they discovered and they concluded that the Mohammeds were operating an illegal cambio. Since then, There were sentiments and faction of the society calling for the man to be removed from the parliament. Now you have another case of national importance, and still there is no act to get rid of this man. Ganesh Mahipal. What he did, he should have called your name too. There's so many people of homosexuals in the PNC. So many in the PPP. And you're in the parliament. You mean you can't push a motion to get rid of this guy? What if, now that he brought attention to this, and people from the LBTG community decide to go to Friday prayers tomorrow, and they're blocked from getting into the masjid, then what? Then what? What you gonna do then? You have, this man is giving you all the ammunitions you need to get him out of the party. Everything you need. Tabitha Haley, aren't you ambitious? Don't you want to be opposition leader? Campbell, don't you want an opportunity to contest for the leader of the opposition? Mansour Nadir, the Honorable Mansour Nadir, Ashridin insulted you so many times, pushed violence against you and your family. President Irfan Ali, our dear beloved leader. You, sir, President Ali, you are by far the purest Muslim politician I've ever come across. President Ali, you are the purest, the most righteous Muslim, practicing Muslim, a good Muslim politician I have ever come across. And I know you a long time. So I can make comparisons to back in the day to now. So I've never seen inconsistency with President Ali. He was a practicing Muslim years ago. I mean, you, Azruddin, you said it yourself. He used to come to your masjid when he was a boy. That means he never faltered. He never fell off the track. He continued to be a good Muslim, even as a politician, even as a president, to the point where he saw people for their talent, their skill, and not for their sexual orientation. Because if Ali was anything like you, Azruddin, man, the PPP would have been a radical party. Radical party. Yeah. There will be no persons of the LBTG, of the, I mean, it's a long set of words to call, really, from the gay community in the president's cabinet. Nobody. But why can't we judge people for their talents? I have been wrong before. I apologize for my sentiments. Because at the end of the day, personally speaking, people who are from the gay community has never wronged me. They've never wronged me, never. Never embarrassed me, never insulted me. And I've said a lot of stupid stuff about them. Despite all of that, they kept their respect for me. I've been the dumb one to say, these people have loved me all my life, and I just extend sentiments of hatred. Who look like the fool? I do. So I realized that, hey, this is nonsense, man. It's their life, their choice. It's not for me to decide how people live. My point is, when it comes to Guyana, is safety, security. And there are people who are so-called straight. Look what they're doing. Look what the straight people are doing. Like you, Azruddin. You're straight, right? Look what you're doing. Your wife is never seen in public. with you. That's the Shia Muslim way. Look at President Ali. Everywhere he goes, his wife is there. Everywhere. And you're both Muslims. You're trying to get the Muslim community to turn against President Ali. Who the fuck are you, Azrin? Nobody listens to you. People follow you on Facebook, Azrin, because they think by following you, you're going to get their address and send them a check. People just follow you because it's like, if I follow the billionaire, I'll become a billionaire too. But if you tell any of the people, any of the persons who follow you, if you tell them, can you show me how much you love me and go serve jail time in your stead? Try doing that and see how many of them really love you actually. See if they'll take your jail time for you. Because they follow you on Facebook, you think that they love you. They love you. It's entertainment. They follow President Ali too. The Guyanese critic they follow too. I think they have more love for the Guyanese critic than they have for you, because he's more entertaining. So the thing about it, you folks, like I've said before, you need to demand that this man be stepped aside. There are other people in the Win Party and the PNC that can assume that role as opposition leader. Azrin Mohammed is toxic. He's poisonous. He's a disease to the parliament, to the country. He is holding a constitutionally allocated seat. So when he makes remarks, it's not personal. He's speaking on behalf of himself and his constituents. There's nothing personal about what he said. He's representing the opposition because he is opposition leader 24/7 until such time as when he's extradited and convicted. Manzoor Nadir, please, sir. You have so many grounds you can convict this man. Anil Nandalal, you have so many grounds you can convict this man. The ERC, the Ethnic Relations Commission, what? I said you guys are hypocrites, didn't I? I said you are hypocrites. It took you a while to go after Nazar for the statements he made. We don't see any actions about that yet. Now the son went further and disrespected not just the race of the people, but the entire LBTG community, which would amount to hundreds of millions of people. And he did it online. And you can't go after Azrin. You can't charge him for that. You're going to accept the weak apology because he made donations to the community, because he gave money and helped them with rent and so on. Now a lot of you are regretting that you took Azrin's money. Now you are regretting because he's a bitch. He's a bitch who helps the man out, and because the man don't want to do what she wants him to do, she has to tell everybody that the man used to be broke and she helped him to put gas in his car. She helped him to pay rent. Everybody she's telling now. Yeah, typical bitch attitude. So every time there is an issue, Azrin has to remind people that he helped them out when they were down. So now he's reminding the gay community that, hey, remember I gave you guys money. Who did you give money? The organization? Is there an organization in Guyana that represents homosexuals that you donated to that organization, Azrin? Have you donated to that organization? Or did you give some person you know that is homosexual a 500 or 1,000 or individuals? Then why are you putting it in a basket that you help the community? Did you help people because of their sexual orientation? Or did you help people because they're Guyanese in need of help? So it's convenient now that you have to make reference. The same way you said you helped Suzanne Rodriguez when to put gas in her car, and you helped Kwame McCoy, you helped this one, you helped that one. Is that the Muslim way? You give and you talk. That's how things happen. When your back is against the wall, you hit on vulnerable people to make yourself look as though you shouldn't be charged with the crimes. You are a fake and a loser, Azradin. A fake and a loser. Loser. You should have had your sister write the apology letter for you than your lawyers. At least you would have had some emotions into it. At least she would have said, no, you should say sorry, because women like to hear, I'm sorry. They want to hear the words. They don't want you to beat around the bush and say, yeah, but I did this, and yeah, but I bought this for you, and yeah, but I did this. But no, get to the fucking point. Are you sorry or you're not? If you're sorry, I'm sorry. It won't happen again. Nothing of the sort. Just beating around the bush. Oh, I give this one some money. Oh, Kwame this. Oh, Suzanne this. Oh, this one this. No. You missed the point. You missed your chance. And trust me, after this live, like yesterday, after my broadcast, then you had a flood of reactions online about the statements he made a week ago. After this program, you're going to see a flood of reactions around the internet pinpointing that the Mohammeds, that Ashwin did not apologize. It was fake. He didn't mean it. His lawyers wrote it for him. And the LBTT community should not accept it. They should demand that such a person does not belong in the opposition seat in the parliament, because the gay community in Guyana are thousands of people, and he insulted thousands of people in Europe and America, politicians in Europe and America. For less, they resign. They're caught lying. Just the other day in Latin America, the opposition leader, I forgot the country, but Google it. He went before the House, the Parliament, to testify, and he took an oath to swear to tell the truth before the lawmakers in the Parliament, and he lied on an issue that is not that important. You know what happened? He had to resign for lying as opposition leader. He had to resign. And you have an opposition leader in Guyana, a country that stands for democracy, law and order, and try to uphold the highest standards, as the speaker often say. The highest standard. You have an opposition leader who continues to lie. Many occasions he's lied. He was caught red-handed conducting an illegal cambio. He's still opposition leader. He made defamatory statements against the US and Israel and the Iran war. He's still opposition leader. He made divisive statements against the LBTG community in Guyana, calling for boycott, that it should not be in the mosque. And he's still opposition leader. Look how many things, man. Opposition leaders in different countries, for less, they have to resign. And this idiot has done so much damage. So much damage. And he's still opposition leader? What the fuck is wrong with you people? What's wrong with you? You're telling me he bought the whole government? The man is acting without impunity. Look at the case with the drowning, with the 2 children. Listen to the things the man is saying. He's inciting violence. He's inciting uprising. He wants that so the country can be distracted with his crimes and the whole case can be prolonged. Everywhere the man, every time he opens his mouth, he's pushing for the public to do things that upset the smooth flow of the society. He wants these things to come so to save his own ass from leaving the country. I say, The LBTG community, the gay community of Guyana, the American Embassy of Guyana, in Guyana, should pressure the parliament. Now is the time the gay community should protest. Protest. Go out, protest, and call for the resignation, the eviction of Azriddin Muhammad from the parliament. This is the time you need to act and show that you believe and stand for your lifestyle. Don't accept no payoff, because he was soon gone. And if you don't set this example, if you don't make an example out of him, you're leaving the area so that most of you practicing homosexuals, you're vulnerable. The law can't protect you because the opposition leader is inciting violence against you. And you have the opportunity now to deal with it. But you wouldn't. Why? Because you take money, he bribed you, he met with a few, they represent the entire. Why you people are so fucking corrupt, man? You have no pride. Everything people can pay you off and you shut your mouth. Have some dignity. Stand for what you believe in. Don't accept a bribe or an apology. This is not just a citizen. This man is the opposition leader. He's not your neighbor or some citizen. He's a leader of an opposition. Imagine if the president was caught saying that. The PNC would have the whole country come out to protest. The whole country. You need to demand the immediate resignation. And if he wouldn't do it, the parliament need to vote on a resolution to get rid of Azriddin Muhammad from the parliament. You need to do it now. Don't fucking sit and wait for the court case of extradition. You have all these opportunities to get the man out. All these opportunities. He's giving you all the ammunition you need. He's delivering it to you. First he said it's AI. They edit and paste. Then eventually he realized, shit, I can't beat this one. He got his lawyers to come with a fake apology that is not an apology, that further insults the people that he offended, doubling down on that, and using two government ministers, further insulting them in their capacity. And you people are going to sit back and accept it because what? He's a billionaire. He is an illegal billionaire. Illegitimate billionaire. That's what he is. Don't refer to him as a billionaire. He's an illegal billionaire. He's an alien billionaire that must be deported to face justice. Yes, I don't care if he's a Guyanese citizen. He belonged in federal prison. And since he evaded capture, he is in territory that he doesn't belong. So in Guyana, Azriddin Muhammad is an illegal alien. His rightful place is the federal prison. So yes, he should be deported to his rightful place of abode, because criminals should live in the federal prison. I didn't forget to wear a tie. I just wanted to deal with this asshole. Sometimes you don't need to wear a tie, you know. And all those people who are saying, "Oh, why do you have to cuss?" You people are such fucking hypocrites. You are on Facebook pushing propaganda. You're pushing pornography. You're cussing out your husbands. You're cussing out your wife. You're on the street. You're fighting with people. You're smoking. You're drinking. And you're telling me about using fuck online? You can't judge me. Look at your lifestyle. You're watching movies where all they say is fuck. You're listening to those songs, those ghetto fucking low life songs from Jamaica and in Guyana, this Skello and Squello people, and listen to what they sing. And this baby doll and of Lola and Lila and all these fuckers. Listen to what they sing. Listen to the lyrics they use. It's fuck. Every line is fuck. and you play that on your phone, you share it on Facebook, you watch it on YouTube all day, are you telling me who use my expressions to strengthen my point? I use it grammatically as adjectives. Are you caught? What the fuck is wrong with you? You're a hypocrite. Don't come pretending that you're this pious. Oh, why can't you not? Why do you have to curse? Fuck you, man. You don't want to curse. Stop pretending. You listen to all these nonsense and you come telling me about curse. I don't listen to 50 Cents. I don't listen to the Gaza people. I don't listen to them. I don't watch them. I don't listen to them. I should be talking about that. You want to see me on the road behaving a certain way? I use explicits on my show for my point, to express my points in context. Okay? Good. Condemn Azradin for what he said. Oh, he said, show them the fucking money. Did you judge him? Did you judge him? He's opposition leader. I'm not opposition leader. Listen to what he said the other day. In the presence of law enforcement, he abused members of the Guyana police force who were executing their duties. When he said, show them the fucking money. And you want to judge me. And you don't call out him as your leader. So I dare say, you want to correct me? Correct your boss first. Right? Then after that, and he's on his plane out, first class, they get first class, don't they? Then I'll come back and I'll say, thank you, Azradin Mohammed, and your father for doing the right fucking thing. There we go. I thank you for your attention. And yes, to all the haters, I'm saying do support independent media. Go to the Zeller if you have one and make a donation. They say that I'm not pushing what? Pushing cash grant, but I'm asking. Yeah, I am. So I'm encouraging people to make donations. Yes, I am. I appreciate your support. Whatever little helps. Okay? The people of Win, your donation is welcome too. But do it via Zeller. Via Zeller. I'm just kidding. Anyway, thanks for your attention. I want to hear from you in the comments. Give me some more likes. I want to see 32. I want to see more. More likes. Just give a thumbs up. It's easy. Just click. I like the program. Just click like. And express your comments. Call on Azradin to resign. Pressure the government. They're watching. The government watches the program. President Ali does. So in the comments, let him know, President, get rid of Azradin now. Let him know you want him out. You want him out. Pressure the government. Let the government hear from you on this program. Remember, you can trust me. I'm a true PPP. I ain't fake. I'm the real deal. Long live the PPP. The legacy of Cheddi Jagan. We are all Jaganites. And we love our country and our president. America, on behalf of Guyana, and Israel, on behalf of Guyana, we apologize for the stupidity of the opposition leader. We didn't make him opposition leader. Some idiots did. But we are saying that his views does not reflect Guyana. So accept our apology for his stupidity. Goodbye.